Welcome back, everyone. This is Frank, Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar. I'm over here in Chino Hills State Park, over here in Southern California. You can activate this park. The park's on the air, and it's a US 1139. It's the first week of July. It's about 82 degrees, and this place looks a bit dry, and that's because it's not the spring anymore. Plants are beautiful here during the spring, but now the summer is here and it's hot. And it's a Saturday and nobody's around, which is nice. It's always nice up here. Sometimes people camp or they'll have their horses here. I think that's called horse camp. Okay, so why are we here? We're here because I want to talk to you about the Dometic CFX3 35. Got this about 3 months ago, and I want to talk to you about its efficiency, my disappointments, and those things that I really like. First of all, you can run this by battery, or you can run this on the wall, AC power. Now, one great thing about this Dometic refrigerator is that you can run it right by the car. There's a plug that you can just plug it in, one of these cigarette lighter plugs, and if the car's running, this will run. That's pretty neat. But to keep this consistent in temperature, you're probably going to need a battery, and this is something that I've been dealing with for a little bit. Now, when I first started, let's go over here. By the way, this is an Outback. If you wanted to know, like, the size, relative size of the car to the refrigerator. And over here you can see that there's my FT857D. Here's my Jackardy. Now this thing, 300 watt Jackardy, is pretty good. If you want something good size, good amount of power, this is it right here. And I'm trying to utilize this gimbal here. So this is the Explorer 300. I think this is probably one of the better ones that they have to offer. You can see it has an input to charge it, PD 60 watts for your tablet, USB-A, the plugs, and then you can plug your refrigerator here if you want a cigarette lighter. Now, let me read this one more time. This is a 20 amp hour battery. Okay, so this is a 20 amp hour battery. This one is a 30 amp hour battery. This will keep your refrigerator on for a day trip, an 8-hour, 12-hour day trip. This will keep it turned on, and you'll be really happy with it. And if you connect, let's say you connect the refrigerator here, and then you connect this to the car, right, into the cigarette lighter, you can probably keep this topped up a little bit, and then you can keep the refrigerator on for more than 12 hours, especially on a very hot day. This thing is lightweight, very small, and I don't think you can find the Explorer 300 anywhere, right? They have a different design. This is probably the best design you'll find. Now let's go over here to, let me see if I can turn this here. Now let's talk about the box over here that I have. This is a power box that I created with a Bioenno battery. This is a 30 amp. Oh, you can barely hear it. The refrigerator is just turned on. Interesting. Okay. You can barely hear it. But this, oh, by the way, when it's turned on, noise. You'll get noise on the radio. This is a Buddy Pull Power Mini 2. This is a solar controller. Then you have a lot of, you have a switch over here to turn it on and off. This is something I built. You can find these at ham radio outlet. But anyway, you can see here it has the voltage. These two here are for power. these two. One is to connect to this box, which is a Bioenno charger that connects to the cigarette lighter so that it can charge the battery. It only gives you 3 amps, unfortunately. And then the other plug here is for solar, which I have a solar panel right here. This solar panel, which is 100 watts. If it's directly to the sun, it gives you 7 amps of power. Okay, so let's move this. Let's look inside over here. You can see in here we have some cold drinks. We got some cherries over here. We got some water. Keeps everything nice and cool. If I press OK button over here, you can see that it says it's 39 degrees. Usually I like to have it to 37, or because I've opened it recently, it was at 39, but now it went down to 37. Okay, so it's turned on. It probably increased in temperature, which it does usually because this thing doesn't really insulate it as much as I thought it would. Do you need to have one? It might save you a little bit of energy. The question now is, how much power does it really take to run this? And it says about 1 amp on average. I would say think of it as less than 2 amps. During the spring, this 30 amp hour battery could run this refrigerator for a day and a half. Probably about, yeah, right, day and a half, which would be 36 hours. And this is a 30 amp hour battery. It's less than 1 amp an hour. But now that it's gotten hotter, this has gotten much more, this refrigerator has gotten to suck up more power. So it gives me almost a day, 24 hours. The cabin here gets really hot if it's in the sun, more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and so this refrigerator has to work. So the way I sort of use this refrigerator is that I will turn it off when I don't need it. During the week I'll have it off, I'll prop it open, I'll put a can or something so it'll dry up, because we don't want any moisture in there and then start smelling. And then when I go on my trips, I will go and turn it on. And because it's warm, it takes a lot more power to decrease the temperature in the refrigerator. Now, do you need one of these batteries? No. Can you just plug in this to the cigarette lighter? Yes. Will a 50 watt solar panel be enough to run this? Probably, if you have those 2 amps all the time. The thing is, you probably won't. The sun moves around. You would have to move the solar panel a lot, but not impossible. I like the 100 watt panel. It gives me close to 7 amps when it's really, the sun is really on it. But, you know, I would say on average 4 amps easily, which will power this refrigerator and charge that battery. So this is just the first report of many. This is just to get you know, get a sense of what this refrigerator is about. When I've always wanted one of these refrigerators for a long time, and one thing that I really didn't consider is the battery. I thought this thing was going to run all the time with one of these guys, but no, it won't. You can't have a battery and let the car charge it and think it's going to top off the battery and then make this run all the time. You have any questions? put them on the comment section. If you have one of these refrigerators or something similar, why don't you give us a little report and tell us if you like it. Do you have it turned on all the time, and how do you power it? Because it's always interesting to know what other individuals are doing with this type of technology. All right, so thanks everyone. I hope you have a great day. This is Frank Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar over here in Chino Hills State Park.